Namaste everyone, and thank you for pressing play and for spending some time with us. I want to say thank you and welcome to all our new subscribers, and for all the likes and the shares and the comments. And I also want to thank everyone for all my birthday wishes. Thank you very, very much. I'm very, very flattered and very, very grateful. So I wanted to talk today a little bit about October, because we're just coming to the end of October, but we're still in the Scorpio season. And we're all given a measure. I've got so much to cover today, and it all links up, so it'll probably be 2 videos, but okay. To each a measure is given. When our Father decided to create you, He took everything into account, and that includes to whom you were born, your biological parents, and your situation. And from the moment that you took your first breath, that first breath of life, our Father has been watching over you. Now when you were born, when you were conceived in the dark. In the womb, it's dark. So all life begins in the dark. The Scorpio season is that darkness, that dark, that place of birth. When you plant a seed, you plant it in the soil, it's dark. If you're the seed, it's dark. So it is the end and the beginning of the cycle. Now, we exist in cycles upon cycles upon cycles. It's quite mysterious and magical. So it's very important that you understand how important it is and how important you are. So October, we're coming to the end of October, just the beginning of the Scorpio season. October, Octus 8. Scorpio is the 8th sign of the zodiac. The 8th sign of the zodiac covers death, transformation, the mysteries, sex, and the occult. The mysteries and the occult are the same thing. Let's not be scared of the word occult. The word occult just means things that are hidden. Think about this. Which part of you do you believe or feel is made in the image of God? Universally, people believe God is a man. I'm not a man. So, if I am made in the image of God, God cannot be just a man. God is and can be reflected in a man, and God can be reflected in a woman, but God cannot be a man. But what part of us is made in the image of God, do we think? Your mind, our mind, is what is made in the image of God. So, in this October Scorpio season, we are dealing with our mind, and we are dealing with transforming the mind. The scriptures say, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Voila. So the word occult just means those things that are hidden. Psychology is the study of how the mind works, not how the brain works. They know how the brain works. How the mind works. They weren't able to fathom out how the mind works other than by trial and test and taking notes and sort of plotting. And over thousands and thousands and thousands of years of observation, arriving at a theory of how the mind works. So we can say that the study of psychology is an occult science. Just like when the first humans decided, oh, we want to have a look inside of bodies, they had to, get some bodies from somewhere and, have a look. That was considered an occult science because no one knew what it looked like inside the human body. It was hidden to them. So anything that is hidden is, you can say, is occult. Okay. But once you understand the mysteries, well, therefore, you've uncovered what was hidden. So let's not be scared with words. Okay, so the 8th month, the 8th sign, Scorpio, death, sex, transformation, the mysteries, the occult, everything to do with your mind. Okay, it's ruled, or the energies present. Another way you can think of that is the mechanisms our Father has put in place to make sure this wonderful creation of His, for which you are literally the jewel in that crown. The things He has put in place to manage everything. Okay, energy. So Mars and Pluto. Mars is all about action, will and desire and the ego, the person. And Pluto is about power as well as the soul's desire. So the Scorpio season is, what is it that you truly desire? Okay. The previous season, perhaps you realized what you didn't desire by experience, so that's crumbling and falling away. Wonderful. Okay. Let it die. Let it die. I've harvested the corn out of my fields. No corn is going to reappear magically next year on those same plants unless I plant new seeds in the dark soil. So, letting go of the old, okay? Some of the things must have come crashing down, or potentially are. That's wonderful. Let it fall. Not my will, but thy will be done. His will is done anyway. We just fight against it. Okay, so it's to do with the psyche and letting go of the old and transforming, renewing your mind and making a fundamental choice. And your choice fundamentally is, do you desire our Father's bounty or do you desire the deceiver's bounty? Are you cleaving onto control, your will? Or are you going to surrender to our Father's will for your life? Which, I have to tell you, is heaven on earth. So, I don't know why we're not getting with this program. The Scorpio is about transformation. So a Scorpio starts its life as a Scorpio, but it transforms. When you have decided that you are no longer seeking the deceiver's bounty, which might be great, okay? You might be comfortable. However, you cannot take it with you. It's very temporal, which means temporary, very temporary. Through the Scorpio, and we go through Scorpio season by season, the ways of our Father are very orderly. I mean, the sun rises every day. The spring follows the winter. The summer follows the spring. The autumn follows the summer. And we're back to winter again. It's all very orderly. So it's a time to transform and renew your mind and let go of the old and also plant the seeds for the next season. Do you desire to place in your temple? Here's the thing. We're going into November. Yeah, soon. Still the Scorpio season, but November, 11th month. 11. Whenever you see 11, you must think of entering the temple. Why? Well, 11 is the psychic master, the number of the psychic master. Now, through the Scorpio season, it is a time when your psyche is very active. Okay, so you will be having dreams, you will be having visions. If your mind is very strong, and especially if your mind is very strong and you are ruled by fear, you can project these fearing situations and these monsters, these perceived monsters that you have in your psyche, actually out. So the 11th month, they say, it's people celebrate Halloween, the Day of the Dead. They say, you know, the veil is thin. The veil is the veil. It doesn't get thin and thick. It's just that. Because our Father has said, right, my children, it's time for you to take the deep dive into your psyche, all of those things from your life, your experiences, your traumas, all of that stuff that we bury deep, but which is actually controlling us in our subconscious programming. We're just replaying this program over and over, and no, that's not who we are. Okay? So it's the 11th month coming up, still Scorpio, still transformation, planting seeds, but we're coming through that temple. What? The temple. What's this part of your head? This is your temples, isn't it? Okay? Let's have a look at the High Priestess card in the tarot. I really have no idea if you can see that. Zoom in. Okay, we'll see there's two pillars, B and J. It's number 2 card. Okay, 2. So 11, when we work with the numbers, and there's different ways to work with the numbers, but in the simplest form, 11 would be 1 plus 1, which is 2, but because it's a duplication of the number, we call it a master number. So 11's a master number, 22, 33, 44, and on we go, and on we go. 77, wow. That is the energy of the illuminated Christ Spirit. 77. You could say Christ consciousness. Okay. If Yeshua stood before you, that energy you would feel would translate to 77. It's all about energy and the Spirit and grace. So the High Priestess card. Okay, so there's 2 pillars. Now, this is, I don't know if you can see. She's holding a book. Okay, it says the Torah. The Torah is the first 5 books of the Old Testament. Okay, wherein are the mysteries. Okay, so we are supposed to be taking the deep dive, okay, and installing our desired ruler in our temple. And you're either going to install the Scorpio, what I call the little I am, the person, the ego, or you're going to install the Phoenix, the I am that our Father created. That's fundamentally the Scorpio choice. What are you installing? We're about to go through the gates of the temple to install the ruler. And whoever you install, which is your choice, determine the bounty that you will give your energy to. Remember, the deceiver's bounty is temporal. Temporal. Our Father's bounty is eternal. Eternal. Okay. How exciting. Let's talk about the astrology for the upcoming week. Monday. New moon in Scorpio. An opportunity to initiate new beginnings in all areas by letting go of what no longer serves us in our lives. This can be external things, habits, situations, people, and also internal things, obviously internal things, because what's happening inside translates to outside. Another video. It's a chance to let it go, which basically means that you will feel comfortable to look at it and let it go. And to be transformed by the renewing of your mind through bringing the light, your light, into the deepest parts of your shadow, which is your psyche. To let go of the compulsive need for control and surrender to the mysteries of God. Everything is designed to help you be who God intended you to be, our Father intended you to be. Everything. Just everything's turned upside down, but we're turning it right way around. Also, on Monday, Sun opposed Uranus retrograde. The challenge to transform the sense of identity through raising the vibration to align with the higher self. So the higher self is the perception of yourself as a spirit having a human experience, as opposed to a human being looking for some purpose to life. Okay. Now, in the beginning, you will perceive that probably as an external energy. Okay. And then eventually, by grace, you will become that manifestation of the light. The word light is in 11. Just saying. Okay, so it's an opportunity to have a look and transform your sense of self. Who are you? Who are you? While remaining grounded in the material plane in order to embody the higher vision in our day-to-day lives. Okay, so it's an opportunity to chuck your masks away and go, this is who I am. It is what it is. How exhausting it must be. Wow. To prop up this person. All anyone really wants is for you to be who you are, because that's what God intended for you to be. And if everyone was who God intended for them to be, which is amazing, you're the light. So you're all light, reflections of light. It's like the light fantastic. What a heaven on earth, instantly. Okay, Tuesday the 29th, Mars in conjunct Neptune, challenge to turn desire into devotion through surrendering personal will to divine will and acting on faith rather than a need to control. All the Scorpio stuff we've just spoke. Thursday 31st, ooh, Halloween. Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. Retrograde starts on the 31st. So it's an extra deep dive this year. Until 20th of November. A time to face any hard-hitting truths that we've been avoiding. You see, there's no getting away from it. Your real self is trying to force its way out of you or through your barriers. Everything, all the energy from outside is trying to do the same. So you're like you sandwich. Just surrender. Surrender. Whew. Let go of old dysfunctional and obsessive patterns of thinking and emotions that could cloud your perception, and embrace the healing and transformational power of forgiveness. Forgive yourself, okay, and then reach out. And to break free from your past hurts, your obsessive rages, your devils in your head, any need for vengeance and attachments to victimhood, poor me, in order to be reborn as your true self, radiating love, light and compassion. Can you see how everything's designed to bring you to your highest? You are more than you even know you are. Friday, the 1st of November, Venus enters Sagittarius, an opportunity to cultivate spiritual values based on a higher understanding of how everything and everyone is interrelated, whilst at the same time cultivating a broad mind and accepting perspective in relationships that allows us to rise above pettiness and the tendency to judge others. Yes, all of the things we need to deal with to come to love, to come to your true self, your true nature. Okay, so now the cards should basically mirror that, give us some extra help, you know. People that need signs all the time. Yes, well, we need signs. Oh. Oh, my favourite card. Any more? That's it. Okay. That's fine. Okay, some of these cards will come out repetitively over the next few weeks. I'm getting a sign I'm taking too long. Okay, so I'm going to move it on. Okay, the mystery. Alright, so that's my favorite card. This basically means that our Father has everything under control. So everything that's happening right now, the best thing, guys, is just to surrender. Okay, everything that's happening is happening for your greatest good. It's not happening against you, even though it might not feel quite pleasant. It's because you have fear. Fear is the opposite of faith. So, and fear is false evidence appearing real. I mean, if a lion jumps out at you, run. That's what fear is for, protecting your body. But the mystery. Okay, so the mystery's at hand. And we also have the raven, which is also about coincidence, synchronicity, and magic. Some people don't like that word. Words are words, you know, whatever you choose to associate with the word. In the next video, we'll talk a little bit about that. Okay, so it is time when you're going to have dreams. You're going to have very strong intuition. You're going to see synchronicities, a lot of repeating numbers. So, if you listened to last week's video and you took my advice and you say the words, teach me the truth no matter the cost, show me the truth no matter the cost, you would have had truths coming to you. Okay, so of course, you have to know how to see the truths. These truths are going to come in messages and signs. So be open to receiving the answers, because the veil is thin, isn't it? No, it's not thin. It's just that we have access to our very deep psyche at the moment because we're being provided that opportunity. Okay, so dreams, visions, your light bulb moments, that moments of realization, that like, yeah, you know what, I don't need to do this anymore. I'm letting this go. This is not who I am. Okay, so that's wonderful. Deception. Okay, a lot of people don't like that card. It also says wisdom, because obviously if something has been hidden from you, so of course Mercury going into retrograde means lots of things that have been hidden are going to be revealed. It's like everyone's secrets have been buried in a box. Now, what's happened is our Father is pulling the lid off that box and light is going in, which means basically people are going, oh, okay, oh dear. Okay, so let's not judge because none of us are perfect. Okay, so we are going to see things that have been hidden revealed. But that's wonderful because the truth will always set you free. Okay? If someone is deceiving you, then they are taking control of your free will. So they're saying they are more important than God. So that's really rude. So you can expect truths to come out, which is wonderful because the truth will then set you free. We also have the king, oh yes, which relates to male sexual energy, which is knowledge, as well as actual man. It also pertains to the things related to the law. So you might find if you've been, you know, skirting around the law a little bit, ooh, maybe you get red flagged and things come up, or also perhaps something has been done against you, and because the deception is now going to be revealed, well, you're vindicated or you get awarded what you're due. So that's wonderful. It's also about justice and a balancing, okay? All Scorpio themes. All right, so creative projects. So these are the seeds. So whilst we're letting go of this and our psyche's all going, whilst we're letting go of one thing, new ideas are coming, okay? Now, the retrograde is not a time really to be signing contracts without really looking and making sure everything's 100%. But it is a good time to be working on your ideas and to be planting the seeds, because as you know, well, maybe you don't know, but as I know, you could plant 20 seeds, maybe only 4 germinate. So yes, it's a time that new projects can start to take their fledgling form. And see, there's a spider on that card. A spider has everything it needs inside of it. It'll build a web. Someone will come along, knock the web down, it just goes and builds another web. Insects crawl into it, fly into it, that's its food, it stores it there. Someone comes and knocks it down, it moves somewhere else and builds another web. And so do you. Everything you need is inside of you, because greater is He that is in me than he that is in the world. The same Spirit that is in Him is in me. So everything you need is inside of you. But if you're rushing around, you're probably not going to be able to access that. So you need to be still. The butterfly again. Now obviously when we've got lots of changes going on, and some of them are hard because some people don't handle change very well. So that's why we want to get into the flow, so that, you know, you forewarned, so when it happens, you're like, okay, fine, everyone's going through the Scorpio season, everyone's getting rid of their stuff, so everyone's being patient and kind and caring and compassionate to one another. In my world, yes, of course, that's how it is. So you might have to see the silver lining, okay, and see the beauty in things, and see the beauty in the things that are crumbling. Okay, so we also have the restriction card, as well as the disruption card. So some of these restrictions are your internal restrictions. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Let some of those cultural, religious, programming, indoctrinations, just let them go, okay? And embrace who you really are. Not who the world has told you you are. So there will be some restrictions. Some of those are self-imposed, but some of them are external. It's because some of us feel like we've got this great idea, we need to rush forward. No. Mm-mm. Let us take a breath, okay? Any restrictions we are encountering when we want to move forward, but we aren't able to, there are fences, roadblocks, and things like that in the way. Surrender the control, okay? Because there is a higher divine plan, the mysteries, at work for you right now, okay? Disruption means that you could be having certain plans, and then all of a sudden, your plans had to get changed. Well, that is Mercury in a nutshell. Lots of, especially with traveling, communication, so emails, text messages. It's things like your friends gossiping about you, and they accidentally send you the text instead of the text going to the person they were gossiping to you about. This kind of stuff that happens through the retrograde. So you don't really have to go looking for the truth. If you ask for the truth will come to you. So this is a lovely reading. I'm very happy, mostly, that God is in control. I hope you enjoyed that. We will have another video talking about as above, so below, one of the many spiritual laws. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, wonderful day whenever you watch this video. Father, bless us. Peace be with you, and may our Father bless you all.